My shirt is so wrinkly. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. You've reached another Teen Mom review. Told you guys I was gonna be knocking these reviews out and I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all not playing with me no more, okay? My shirt, it looks so freaking crinkly. Y'all know how it is when I have this freaking microphone on. It crinkles my shirt. So hopefully y'all all right with that. At least the shirt's clean. I've already done laundry and I'm ready to film these reviews, so let's just get them out the way. So the first scene is Janelle's scene. She says that the court date with Nathan is a few weeks away. She's meeting up with the crew, the MTV crew, but she's just not feeling well, okay? So she's in the car and Kristen goes up to the car and she's like, what's going on, girl? And Janelle's like, I'm just really not feeling well. The next scene is Brianna's scene. She says that she has filed for child support against Louis, but I had to think, because I always want to say Louise. Y'all know how I am. I really want to say Louise really badly. So she has filed for child support. She has not told him yet, but she's going to New York that weekend to go visit John. And while she's going to visit Chicken John, she's going to tell Louis that she's filed for child support. So Brianna is here with Shirley. Shirley's hair is always looking nice. Her nails too, girl. Girl, you're a girl after my own heart. So anyway, she's sitting there in the eatery talking to Shirley, and Brianna says that, you know, she's looking to put Stella in a cheaper daycare. And at this point, she's taking over the daycare payments because Louis is a piece of crap. He was a piece of crap when you met him, but alrighty then, okay? He didn't change. He's always been a piece of crap, but okay. So yeah. Okay, so Shirley says, so he doesn't know about this child support stuff. And Brianna tells her, you know, when I go to New York, I'm gonna tell him then. And Shirley's like, I'm terrible because I can't wait until he finds out that you put him on child support. And so I don't know why you waited so long, first of all. Okay, you should have been did that. And you should have did it with Devon. Obviously you haven't done with Devon. You haven't done it with Devon, Brianna, because when Brittany asked you last episode, she said, what are you doing? And you said, I'm filing for child support. And she said, which one? So Shirley says, well, you know, you and him had an agreement. All he had to do was pay for child care. You wasn't asking really for anything else because he doesn't do anything else and he couldn't even do that. So whatever. Okay, that's on him. Now, you know that there's never much going on with Chelsea. Okay, so I'm going to be breezing through Chelsea segments here unless something totally super duper interesting happens. So Chelsea says in her segment, Chelsea says that Lane had a doctor's appointment. It went very well. And that's it. Chelsea reminds us that Adam and his family is allowed to have lunch with Aubrey once a week. And she says that here's another day, the day that he's supposed to come. And she hopes that Aubrey's not disappointed, which I'm sure she will be because Adam's a piece of crap. We already know that. He cannot hold to his obligations. And I don't know why anyone would be surprised that he wouldn't show up, because he's not going to show up. I can tell you that right now. So she's on the phone here with Mandy, the producer, okay? Or her friend, no, producer. And she says, well, listen to this, okay? She says that Aubrey's grandmother told Aubrey, hey, your dad's gonna be coming for lunch, you know, that day that you guys are supposed to have lunch together, which she shouldn't have freaking done, because we all know how unpredictable Adam is and he hasn't held to any other, like I said, any other obligations. Why would he suddenly be coming to eat lunch with her? Mandy says, do you think it was a good idea for the Grandma Donna, to tell Aubrey, hey, your dad's coming? And Chelsea's like, no, it wasn't a good idea. She said, first of all, I think it's a bit excessive, okay, that they're going to, you know, to have that once a week lunch thing. And secondly, okay, because Adam lost his parental rights to Paisley, of course, she says his mom is going to make darn sure that Adam doesn't do the same thing to Aubrey. We'll see about that, okay? You can lead a horse to water. Okay, but you can't make them drink. So yeah, we will see. We're here with Kaylin and she's still belly aching about this upcoming child support case. And so we have Patrick, and Patrick is like getting the, you know, the skinny on what happened. And basically he said, what is the worst case scenario that could happen in this situation with child support, Kaylin? And Kaylin says, well, I could be paying $2,300 to Joe for child support. Kaylin says $2,300 a month is more than her mortgage and it's more than her car payment. You gotta have 20% down when you get a house, and your credit score gotta be like 760 and up to get a good deal, a good rate. I'm moving on up, but I ain't up there yet, okay? As far as my credit, okay? So anyway, so Kaylin goes on to say that Joe also wants back child support. And what she thinks is happening, she thinks that Joe is trying to make back, he's trying to recoup the child support money that he has already paid in. Joe can't help that you make more money than him, Kaylin. And child support is based on income. If fathers and mothers are mad that they have to pay a certain amount of income, sorry, but that is based on the formula of where you live, okay? It's based on the formula, the income of both parents, and it's based on how many children you have together. And I don't know what else to tell you, okay? He's gonna get that money, okay, Kaylin? He's gonna get that money. And I'm so used to not filming with glasses on. So anyway, Patrick asks, so what do we do from here? And Kaylin explains, just like she did in the last episode, they have to do mediation first. Her lawyer says they cannot bypass mediation. They have to do mediation, then they're gonna go to trial. And Patrick asks Kaylin, do you have any intention on talking to Joe about this? And Kaylin says, no, I'm not talking to him about it. None of it. I'm not talking to him about anything. She's done talking. She's done talking to him, even though she has the nerve to say that Joe wants a payday. So, Kaylin, what did you want when you wanted child support? Anyway, you wanted a payday too, right? Alrighty then. It's only okay when Kaylin wants it. When someone else, when the shoe's on the other foot, she doesn't like it. But she can dish out all this stuff, but when it comes to people doing it to her, she can't handle it. That's what I cannot stand most about this chick. Instead of saying, okay, he did pay me child support, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, it's about her money, her lifestyle now. But Patrick goes on to say that, you know, you guys really worked through stuff and was getting along for a little while. Do you think V is aware of any of this stuff that's going on? And Kaylin says, oh, I'm pretty sure she's aware. I mean, I can't see how you could be someone's wife living in the same house and you have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry, guys. I hate when I forget to plug the microphone back in because I be getting up fixing stuff and coming back and I be forgetting to put the mic back in. Patrick asks, are there any events that you and Joe are going to be at? And Kaylin's like, oh yeah, Isaac has basketball tryouts. Let's see if he shows up. See, now all of a sudden now Joe's a deadbeat, right? All of a sudden Joe's a deadbeat according to her because he's taking her for child support. You know what, Kaylin? You're a piece of crap. I hope you know that. I hope you watch my channel, okay? He's a piece of crap now. All these years he paid child support. You know how many men out here and women out here are not paying the child support they're supposed to pay? And he paid all that time, and now he's suddenly a deadbeat. Anyway, so Kaylin is still angry, of course, and she says, if he apologizes to me, he can go F himself. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk to him. I have nothing to say to him, basically. Dang, she's vicious. She pulling the kids into this. She said, I'm not getting your daughter a Christmas gift, nothing, none of it. We're not friends. We're not talking. We're done. Next scene is Leah's scene. Let me move over because she's way over here, okay? So Leah says that Jeremy is home from work and he was supposed to pick up Addie, but he couldn't pick up Addie because he's sick. Hey, if you're sick, you're sick. You can't control if you're sick, okay? I'm not saying if he's lying or not. Maybe he's really sick. And if he's sick, would you really want your child around him when he's sick? You probably wouldn't. We're here with Victoria. I don't know why I want to say Vanessa Nessa girl. But she's talking to Leah, and Leah's like, yeah, you know, Addie had a meltdown in the car because she basically couldn't go see Jeremy. But Jeremy's sick, like I said, and you got to just understand. And Addie just has to understand. You know, basically Leah is saying how she knows that Jeremy loves Addie and that, you know, she just wants Addie to have a relationship with him. But, you know, guys, parents, sometimes, especially when you're co-parenting, you cannot control how often the other parent sees your kids, especially if he works. The man works. And like I said in one of these episodes, because I've been filming a lot. Okay, I've been filming a lot. It's like you can't expect the man to quit his job and just not work. You're not going to say, hey, let me give you a chunk of my Teen Mom 2 money. Are you? Are you? He knows this is not going to last forever, so he has to build his money. And I'm hoping, I really hope with all this working and this far distance working that he's doing, that he's at least being a smart money manager. Okay, that's what I really hope. But yeah, I mean, Leah, I get her being frustrated, but this is what happens when, I'm pretty sure when you met Jeremy, he didn't just get that job after you met him. I'm pretty sure he had that type of job prior to you getting pregnant. I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'm assuming you knew that he had a job like this. So don't act like it's supposed to change now all of a sudden because it's not. Next scene is Brianna's scene. She's touched down in the Empire State where I live. And she ain't coming to my house anyway. So nobody wants to come here. I don't know why, but anyway. So John is picking Brianna up from the airport. She says that he knows that she's going to talk to Louis about the child support thing and that he's very supportive. So Brianna's like, well, what's the plan tonight for us? And John's like, okay, well, we can go out to eat, but that depends on how long you take talking to Louis. And what are you guys going to be talking about? And, you know, Brianna's like, we're going to talk about Stella. We're going to talk about child support. We're going to talk about why he didn't contact her when she was in surgery, all that stuff. Okay. Obviously, that's what he's, if you know which baby daddy he is, John, I don't understand why you even asking her that, but alrighty then, okay? So the next scene is Chelsea's scene, and she's anxious, she says, to find out if Adam showed up or not. What do you think happened? Chelsea is talking to Aubrey, and of course, like I said, Adam never came. And Chelsea says, does that make you feel disappointed? And Aubrey's like, that's what I expected. That's all I know. That's all she's ever known is disappointment. So sadly, you know, we get to a point where we're like, okay, we know he's not coming, whatever. The next scene is Leah's scene. She says that Jeremy says he's feeling better now, so he's going to come get Addie, and Addie's going to stay with him for the night. All right, so they have this cute exchange in the car, and I truly believe that Jeremy's doing the best he can, okay? Am I wrong for taking his side? Okay, I'm not taking anybody's side. I can see Leah's side, I can see Jeremy's side, and he's doing the best he can, okay? We don't want to have to go to work, but we have to go to work. So anyway, Jeremy tells Addie, look, I'm going to be working a lot closer to home. You can visit me a lot more often. And Addie's like, and he's like, would you like that? And Addie's like, yes. So he's making an effort to be around her more when he can, which is wonderful. So the next scene is Kaylin's scene, and she has every intention on being a little grimy B-word, okay? A petty freaking B-word. So anyway, she says that this is Isaac's tryouts, and this is the first time she's seen Joe since he filed child support. And here's how it went. Joe was still being nice. Kaylin wasn't speaking to him or didn't even acknowledge dude, and that is all, okay? Kaylin, how long do you think this is gonna last? How long do you think acting like this is gonna last? And do you think that Isaac cannot tell that, hey, my parents were cool and now they're not talking? Kaylin, grow up, okay? Grow up. Yeah, you're pissed off. But the same way you say, oh, I can't speak negatively about Joe in front of Isaac is you shouldn't act negatively with Joe in front of his child either. So the next scene is Chelsea's scene, and Chelsea says she's still annoyed that the grandmother told Aubrey, oh, Adam's coming and he didn't come. But she says it's still important for Aubrey to have a relationship with her grandparents. It's still important for Aubrey to have a relationship with her grandparents. So they're coming to pick Aubrey up for their monthly visit. All right, so the grandparents come and get Aubrey and Cole and Mandy, the producer, and Chelsea. They're all in the same room. And Cole's like, I wish, you know, they stop trying to drag Aubrey into Adam's life. Adam obviously doesn't want anything to do with her, okay? Anyway, they get into this conversation about the parental rights thing because they're talking about how, you know, Adam's parents see how he let go of his other daughter. They don't want it to happen to Aubrey. So Chelsea's like, people don't understand that, you know, Aubrey doesn't know every single thing that happened. So it would be very confusing for her for us to push this to that extent. And Cole says something that made so much sense, that Aubrey would resent the both of them if they did that. And I completely agree, okay? Aubrey's not like I said, she's not a 2-month-old, she's not a 2-year-old. She's old enough to understand, and she would forever blame you. Even though he's not doing what he's supposed to do, there's always a hope in a kid when they're smaller. Hey, maybe he'll come around eventually. I thought that until I grew up and found out the truth. But there's always that hope that the person's going to eventually do what they're supposed to do. And that's not always the case, unfortunately. Cole goes and he reads this beautiful letter that Aubrey wrote. But Cole, those cuticles and those fingernails, okay? I'm sorry. I know, I got a lot of nerve. I painted my nails for y'all. God, whoo, Lord. Anyway, he reads this really sweet letter, and it's obvious that Aubrey loves him, and he's been there for her for the longest time. So we have Brianna here, and she's about to meet Louis to talk to him about Stella. Okay, so they're in here. They're in this eatery talking like they're best friends, okay? Asking him, how's it going? And Brianna's like, nothing much. Brianna, girl, I know you're just trying to hold the big news for the end, but don't say nothing much because that's a lie. So anyway, Louis is talking about moving back to Florida because he says that he came to New York and he said he feels like he regressed. So he's going to leave his other child that he's not paying attention to there and come back to Florida to ignore Stella still, okay? Because that's exactly what's going to freaking happen. You know what? I'm tired of this conversation. Can't you just get it to where you tell them that you put him on child support? Brianna basically asks Louis, how come you never ask for pictures? You never FaceTime, you never try to keep in contact so that Stella will know who you are. And she says, I just feel like you don't care. And Brianna, girl, I've been there. I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm not trying to be hurtful when I say that he really doesn't care, okay? He doesn't care. Louis says, it's not that I don't care. And Brianna's like, then what is it? And Louis says, it's like when I talk to you, it could be about any subject. It's like it's a bother to you. Brianna says, you know, we made an agreement about the child care. I've already put in $3 grand at this point, and you're not doing anything, you know, you're not doing your part. So I filed for child support, she says. And this was his facial expression. He doesn't care. He's not paying for his first child. Why would he care about his second child, okay? I'm just assuming because he ain't got no job. What is he paying with? He's paying with sock lint. He's not paying with sock lint, okay? So Louis says, I don't blame you for doing that. You know, financially, I'm just not there. And Brianna said, this is more than just about financial, okay? But, girl, child support is strictly financial. So anyway, I'm just saying, I get you, okay? I feel you. I'm not saying you're doing anything in the wrong or anything. I'm just saying, you know, child support is the financial part of it. Not, oh, he's not asking for pictures. Oh, he's not asking for FaceTime, but, you know. So Louis says, you know, I know words don't mean much. I know I haven't really been doing anything in actions. All I can do from this point out is to try to do better. I don't know how you can do better. The court's going to make you do better, okay? And you know what? People think that, oh, I don't have a job. There's nothing child support can do to me. Let me tell you something, okay? That money is going to catch up eventually, and guess what? You're not going to get your tax refund, deadbeats. No, you're not. That tax refund is going to go to your kid, and you're not going to get a whole lot of other things. And you can go ahead and work under the table. You're going to work under the table until you're like 50, because you're not going to do that. I'm just saying. So the next scene is Leah's scene. She says she's picking up Addie from Jeremy, and she needs to talk to him about spending more time with her. And Leah, you're late because you didn't hear the conversation he had with Addie in the car. So Leah's like, you know, something about him when he was sick, and he's like, look, I was sick, okay? I got a shot in my butt with antibiotics, and I was still sick. So the man was really sick. Do you need doctor's note? Leah, Dag, stop trying to beat him over the head because he wasn't feeling well. Leah says, so, you know, since you're in town now, do you want to start getting Addie like every week? And Jeremy's like, sure, no problem. During the week is fine too. So Jeremy's fully willing. And all this time, Leah's talking crap as if Jeremy is not willing when he's able to get Addie. He loves Addie. He loves Addie. Yeah, Jeremy's willing, so what the freak is the problem, Leah? Just cut the man some slack. I mean, I understand you have your own little, you know, we always see our own side of things, but we gotta try to have empathy for other people. And that's where I think Leah lacks. I think she lacks empathy for not other people necessarily, but for Jeremy, she definitely does. So now we're here at Joe's house with V, and V's talking to Patrick, and it's like, look, I shot Kaylin a text message about the child support thing. If you're not gonna talk to Joe, you can at least talk to me about it. And Patrick's like, okay, so what's your end game? Okay, so like, what are you trying to accomplish here? So Patrick says, I just basically want to know what did you want? And V says, I just want both of them, Joe and Kaylin, to sit down and talk about it. Good luck, because Kaylin's never going to sit down and want to talk about anything. She's about to have $2,300 of her money snatched from out of her account, okay? So basically, Patrick is like, how did you feel when Joe filed for child support? And V's like, pretty much wasn't down with it. She's like, wishes that he could have went any other way about it. She could have went to Kaylin and said, hey, you know, you're not going to take me off child support. This is what's going to happen. But whose side are you on? Okay, you need to be on the side of your man. Okay, that's the man that's the person that you share a bed with. That's the person that you share a child with. So Kaylin living her life, and you need to be living your life with your husband, for your husband, and not going behind your husband's back and contacting Kaylin. That's pretty shady, okay? I'm just saying, that's pretty shady. So V says that, you know, she talked to Joe and was like, how did practice go? And he was like, you know. And V's like, you know, people act like they don't realize that Isaac can see what's going on. He's wondering why his parents aren't talking anymore or whatever. And exactly, and guess what? Kaylin doesn't give a crap. She's going to be as petty as she wants to be. She doesn't care that later on Isaac's going to be able to watch the show, if he's not watching it now, and see how petty she's acting. She does not care. Okay, so now we're back with Brianna. She's in the hotel room talking to John about what happened with her and Louis, how he was like, I understand that, I respect that, blah, blah, blah. Next. So Roxanne calls Brianna, and Brianna FaceTimes the girls and says hello. They hang up. And then she's saying how I don't know how I've lived so long with this woman because she's crazy. You're crazy. But anyway, so then Brianna asks John, when are you going to tell your parents about me? And John says, when are you going to tell your mama about me? She already told your mama about you, okay? It's just a matter of y'all meeting, actually. So the next scene is Chelsea's scene, and Aubrey's back from her grandparents' house. And Chelsea really wants to know, did you talk to your grandmother and let her know that her deadbeat son didn't come and do what he said he was going to do? Aubrey says, yes, I told her. And the grandmother said, well, he sleeps in a lot. And this was Chelsea's reaction here. All right, so Chelsea and Cole talk to Aubrey about lunch. Chelsea says, do you like that they come for lunch? And Aubrey's like, yes, it's fine. Leave it the way it, in her mind, it's fine. I still had that little hope that glimmer of hope that he was going to come, but then I realized, okay, he's not. And Cole's like, you don't deserve to be sitting there waiting. More annoying scenes with her and this man, okay? And I like Jason. I just don't like how annoying the both of them act when they're around each other. The next scene is Leah's scene. She says that since their house is still flooded, they're going to spend the weekend, her and the girls, over at Jason's house. So Leah goes into Jeremy spending more time with Addie, says that he agreed to do the weekly thing, and so there ain't nothing more to say, girl, okay? He's doing what you wanted him to do, and hopefully these conversations will end because I'm tired of talking about them. The next scene is Kaylin's scene, and Becky's there. Becky, you got a lot of sense in that head. That's all I'm going to say. So can y'all hear me? Sorry, because it was inside my shirt last time. Okay. So Kaylin says that V texted Becky on her way there and, said, can we meet up so we can sit down and talk? And Kaylin was like, no, we're not meeting up to talk about anything. V went to Kaylin and told Kaylin, hey, I don't want you to think that I was the one pushing Joe to go for child support. He did this all on his own, basically. V, I told you about taking other people's sides other than your husband. Okay, that was stupid. So basically V was like throwing her man under the bus, that's messed up, okay? That's messed up. And she went and told Kaylin, oh, I told him not to do this. And basically he did it because you didn't take him off child support. So you just told Kaylin all the business. You couldn't hold nothing back? You couldn't hold nothing back? Dang, girl, you just told it all. And she's going to use that in court just to let you know. Okay, just to let you know. So, and he's still going to get the money, I'm just saying. Becky says that it's good that you and V had that type of conversation at least. And eventually y'all gonna have to sit down, you and Joe, whatever, and talk. And Kaylin's like, no, we're never doing that. Okay, we're not doing that. It's over. It's over. It's not gonna be the way that it was, basically. So Becky's like, so you don't think that if you have a conversation that things could be different? And Kaylin's like, no, because it's gonna come out angry and some other crap. So she said not only the fact that he basically blindsided her. Now, because V gave that tidbit of information that she says that, oh, so now that I know, Kaylin says that now I know he's doing this crap out of spite, it's done, okay, it's dead. So Kaylin is trying to say she offered to give Joe his money back. I don't believe that at all. You would have been happy sitting on your duff, whatever they say, collecting that freaking money on top of the money that you already get. You would have never said a word if Joe didn't go to court and freaking file on you. So don't even try it, Kaylin. You would have happily been taking that money. Who's not gonna take money if they're getting it? And then Becky says, there's a bigger picture here though. Isaac, okay. Forgot about him, Kaylin? Yeah. Isaac, who's watching how you're behaving right now with his dad, who he loves. So Becky says, you know that Isaac's already a sensitive child. I think she meant sensitive because that's what I feel like she meant to say. And, this can't affect him positively. And Kaylin's over here like, I know, and I want to end that but for you. I know, but I'm petty. Okay? That's exactly what you are, Kaylin. You're going to need to grow up one day. How old are you? You're going to need to grow up one day. When are you going to grow up? When you're 60? I hope it don't take you that long to grow the heck up. And so Becky says it sucks, but somebody has to be the adult in this situation, and it ain't gonna be Kaylin, okay? I'm just telling you right now. And Kaylin is sitting there smiling because she doesn't want to say nothing rude to Becky, but Becky's telling the truth, but Kaylin doesn't want to hear it. She has this fake smile on her face because she knows Becky's right. What are you gonna say when somebody's right? There ain't nothing you can say. Alrighty then, guys, that is the end of my review. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.